What is up, everybody? Thank you for your time today. I'm going to jump right into this article on why home sellers may be stuck. This article goes on to say many want to sell and move, but they feel stuck. Some don't have the income to qualify for a bigger mortgage. Others worry about total cost of relocation. New affordability estimates show why so few houses are on the market. Owners might want to sell, may not be able to afford another house even if they could find one. According to National Association of Home Builders, nearly 7 out of 10 households cannot afford a median price home in today's environment. That is, the incomes of 87.5 million families are not sufficient to qualify for financing under standard underwriting criteria. And as you all know, I've done some live videos on this as well. The 30-year fixed mortgage is increasing drastically, even right now today, stick with me, per Mortgage Daily News. Let's see here. We're at 5.35%. I mean, I might have to go live on that too to let everybody know they are increasing. Worse, for every 1,000 increases above median price, some 118,000 more households are priced out, which is a major reason so many people are staying put. And then I do have another video. I just made a note here on buyer remorse. You guys might want to check that video out as well, because I think that a lot of people that are contemplating on selling right now may have buyer remorse, and we talk about details in that video. So if you have time, check that out. And of course, there's more to it than simply selling one house and buying another. For one thing, there's the cost of selling, an amount that can significantly eat away at the profits you'd hope to use to buy your next place. The process of buying a house isn't cheap either, and then there's the heavy cost of moving. And I see that in comments on this channel as well, where people are like, I got $30,000 of equity in my house and everything else. But when you really put pen to paper and you take out all your closing costs, maybe some renovation costs associated with it, and then moving costs as well, you can see really you might not have as much equity in that property that you thought you might once had. Goes on to say another big consideration, closing costs. According to NerdWallet, these fees typically add up to 2 to 5% of the total price of the home, depending on location. So for that $300,000 house, expect to ante up anywhere from $6,000 to $15,000 in closing costs. Here in Florida, we have dock stamps on the deed, which is 70 cents for every $100. We got title related closing costs, title insurance, and of course we have commissions as well. If you do retain a real estate agent to sell your home, you can anticipate, say, anywhere from 3 to 6% on the cost of that. Now, one thing that I do want to add on here is if you guys are buying, you can always ask for a seller to credit toward your closing costs. I feel that the real estate market is softening even here in Southwest Florida, and more and more sellers are becoming more and more lenient in terms of providing that. So if it is legal in your state, you can actually ask for a seller contribution toward closing costs that might hedge that if you're on the buy side. It says, everything costs more when going big, even heat and air conditioning. If you get caught in the middle of two transactions, selling your house and buying a new one, you could be basically stuck with 2 mortgages for a while. I've seen this happen multiple times, and it's a really bad position to be in. Just looking at the market today, in today's market in Southwest Florida here, I see more price decreases and even significant price decreases, which leads me to believe that some of these people probably do have 2 mortgages, or they're getting close to the acquisition or the CO certificate of occupancy on a new construction build. So they might be 30 days out before getting to move into that property, and roughly another 30 days later, they're going to have their first mortgage payment on that property. Meanwhile, they have their other property on the market for sale as well. And, just having 2 mortgages is really going to put people in a really bad position. Some other notes here. Basically saying beware of deferred maintenance costs. We're seeing a lot of buyer remorse with people buying houses that they were competing against a lot of other buyers. There was a lot of FOMO in the market, and before they know it, they had to, replace an air conditioning unit. They had to replace some appliances. They had to make it their own and sunk thousands and thousands of dollars into their property. So you also, as a seller, you should take that into consideration. So like I said in other videos, when I'm buying a property, I immediately set my spreadsheet up in Google Docs, and it shows every dime that I put into the property. So when I do my analysis upon selling, I've got, my purchase price of what I paid, any kind of closing costs on the front end, all my renovation costs, and then I got my sales price on the back end, including any closing costs as well on the back end, to really get my net amount. And then if I'm getting a tax event associated with it, I'll call my accountant to figure out how much taxes I owe on the property. And if you don't know this either, check with the IRS code. I'm not a financial advisor, but if you have a primary residence and you're there for at least 2 years, it is your primary residence. Any gain could be free and clear. I think it's $250,000 per individual, up to $500,000 gain per couple. Check out that IRS code. I'll link that below for you guys in the description as well. Also, another thing to consider is if you have a property and you don't necessarily need the profit from it, it may make sense to keep it if you have a good fixed rate mortgage, and especially if the rate is extremely low, and if the property has significant cash flow after all expenses, including debt expenses, then that loan, that is truly an asset if you're in a very low fixed interest rate environment on that loan. So it may make sense to even keep the property, rent it out, have the cash flow, and then go ahead and buy the next property. Every real estate market is micro in nature, and I think a lot of people come out and they're doing videos, or people commenting as well, and they're like, oh, the real estate market's not going out, it's not crashing. And unfortunately, you can't really make blanket statements like that, because every area is different. And I do have another video coming out about Boise, Idaho, and that was a very strong market because a lot of people from California are moving there, and that market is going down significantly, and we'll talk more about that video as well. But my point is depending on your real estate market, it is micro in nature, and it's important just to look at what's going on in your own market. So let me know what's going on in your market. Are you guys seeing price decreases? Are you seeing price increases? Still multiple bids, multiple offers on properties? I'd like to hear about it in the description below. And if you guys are not subscribed and you want more content on real estate related matters and housing market updates, consider subscribing. I appreciate it. And if you are a subscriber, thanks for being here once again. I appreciate your time. See you.